নমস্কাৰ মৰমৰ ছাত্ৰ-ছাত্ৰীসকল আজি মই তোমালোকৰ কাৰণে লৈ আহিছো সপ্তম শ্ৰেণীৰ ইংৰাজী পাঠ্যপুথিৰ আমাৰ লেসন 2 এয়া আমাৰ লেসন 2 এ মেমৰেবল সেমিষ্টাৰ ব্ৰেক এই পাঠটো ইংলিছত মই ৰিডিং কৰি দিম তেতিয়া হলে ভিডিওটো আৰম্ভ কৰো লেসন 2 এ মেমৰেবল সেমিষ্টাৰ ব্ৰেক Look at the pictures below. Let's talk. Name the state these pictures are from. Are you familiar with any of the places shown in the picture? Name them. Name a few dances of the state. In this lesson, you will be reading about Dia and Shruti's visit to Assam. Do you think they will be visiting these places as well as some other places of Assam? If yes, name some other places. Read Departure, Arrival. Shruti and Dia, both students at Indian Institute of Technology, IIT Delhi, have been friends since they first met. Shruti is from Guwahati, but Dia, who is from Kerala, had never been to the Northeast. She had always wanted to visit the Northeast with its greenery and monumental places. I want to see Assam with you, Dia told Shruti before the semester break. That evening, Shruti called her mother. Ma, do you remember Dia? She wishes to visit Assam during the semester break. She wants to explore the state. She is most welcome. We will make her feel at home, replied her mother. Leaving behind the Brahmaputra, glittering in the distance, their flight landed in Guwahati. It was a warm May afternoon. The sky was slightly cloudy. Shruti's parents greeted them at the airport with hugs and a bouquet. After a quick lunch and rest, they visited the famous Kamakhya temple. Dia was struck by the calmness of the sacred hilltop. Later in the evening, they took a river cruise on the Brahmaputra and enjoyed the sunset. The golden sky, soft breeze, and live folk music made a perfect introduction of Guwahati. This doesn't feel like a real city, Dia whispered. It feels like a dream. Early next morning, they drove to Kaziranga National Park. It was a thrilling experience watching the landscape gliding from the city to the countryside and to wild green forest. They set into a cozy homely lodge near the park and headed out for jeep safari. The tall elephant grass swayed as they spotted rhinos, wild boars, swamp deer, and even a herd of wild elephants. In the evening, they enjoyed a Jhumur dance performance by a local troupe in their lodge. They enjoyed evening tea with ethnic snacks. The day ended with their planning for the next day. Next day, at dawn, they set off on an elephant safari. The forest was quiet and covered with mist. The silence of the forest was magical. They enjoyed the nesting storks, grazing deer, and a family of otters by a waterhole. After the safari, they had breakfast and drove to Jorhat. The road journey was quite thrilling, with roads flanked by endless tea gardens. They stayed for the night at a heritage tea estate bungalow. In the evening, they walked through the plantation and learned about tea cultivation and the processing of tea. Next day was special. Driving through the quiet countryside, sleepy towns and hills tinged with green, they headed to Soraidew. They drove to Shruti's uncle's house close by the Moidams. They were welcomed with warm smiles. They heartily relished a lunch with masar tenga, tangy fish curry, aloo pitika, mashed potato, and sticky black rice pudding. In the afternoon, they visited the Soraidew Moidams. The Moidams are the burial mounds of Ahom royalty, comparable of the pyramids of Egypt. A local guide, who happened to be an old friend of Shruti's uncle, narrated stories of Sukafa, the founder of the Ahom dynasty. This land has so much memory, they are said softly as they stood beside the ancient mounds. They stayed in Shruti's uncle's house, and after a hurried breakfast with local delicacies, they started their journey back to Guwahati. Assam seems different for Dia now. It was not just because she had seen so many beautiful places, but because Assam had shifted from a place on a map to a place in her heart. Now that you have read the lesson, think back about your assumption and about the places Dia and Shruti visited. Was your assumption right? মৰমৰ ছাত্ৰ ছাত্ৰীসকল, মই পাঠটো তোমালোকক ইংলিছত ৰিডিং কৰি দিলোঁ। আশা কৰিছোঁ তোমালোকে ভালদৰে পাঠটো পঢ়িবলৈ সক্ষম হ'বা। তেতিয়াহ'লে আজিলৈ এৰিছোঁ। ধন্যবাদ।